Hello, friends, and welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good week. Thank you for returning. I'm still in Finland. Today, we are going to visit a new place, a city called Porvoo. It's located 35 kilometers east of Helsinki, and it will take us about half an hour to drive there. It is a cloudy morning, but we are determined to make the best of the day. And here we are. We've arrived in Porvoo. Porvoo is Finland's second oldest city. It is famous for its charming old town, rich history, and picturesque landscapes. It is a bilingual municipality with Finnish and Swedish as its official languages. This is our first glance of the city, at least the old town part of it, and I can't wait to show you the rest of it. And you can see where Porvoo is located in Finland. It's in the southeastern part of the country. And if your geography is a little bit rusty, this is Finland's location in Northern Europe. This is River Porvoo, or Porvoonjoki in Finnish. It used to be an important trade route during medieval times, but nowadays recreational activities such as kayaking, boating, fishing, or riverside walks happen, even bird watching. The water is naturally muddy here because of clay sediment. But in summer, if you come here, the water reflects the old riverside buildings, and it's really beautiful. It also reflects the surrounding forests. We are now approaching Old Town Bridge, which connects the medieval Old Town with the newer city center. This bridge has existed since the 1400s and was the only crossing over the river until 1957. The current bridge is a reconstructed and restored work. The views from here are the most iconic in Finland, especially looking toward the Cathedral Hill and the famous red Riverside warehouses. Porvoo was established in the 14th century and is one of Finland's 6 medieval towns. What makes Porvoo especially lovely and unique is its location on a hill, unlike other Finnish wooden towns. So be ready to climb and go around curves with me. As I walk around, I get the feel of what Finnish towns looked like 500 years ago. This city is one of Finland's most popular travel destinations, and many consider it as one of the most beautiful. We made it to the top of the hill, and this is the central point of Old Town, and on it sits the medieval stone and brick Porvoo Cathedral. Porvoo Cathedral is architecturally late Gothic. In its long history, it's been burned down or burned several times, with the most recent being in 2006, where the roof was totally destroyed. It's, however, been restored to its original glory, and today it functions as a Lutheran church, a tourist attraction, and a popular wedding and concert venue. The Finnish Civil War was fought in 1918 for control of recently independent Finland. This monument is dedicated to the fallen soldiers, and it says, "Fell for Finland's freedom, 1918," and it's written both in Swedish and in Finnish. Let's now go inside and see what it looks like. And here we are. This is the altar area. It is relatively modest compared with Southern European cathedrals. The focus is simplicity with soft lighting provided by strategically placed recess lights. And over here you can see the medieval stone details and the historic memorial plaques and coat of arms. And if you look up, you'll spot tiny model sailing ships hanging from the ceiling. These are votive ships once donated by sailors hoping for safe voyages. The mood and atmosphere here is peaceful and cozy despite it being a large space. It's historically layered because of the additions of more modern era furnishings. And it's very warmly lit even though it's not yet so bright outside. This pipe organ is an important feature of the cathedral. Because of its stone walls and vaulted ceiling, the acoustics are excellent, and concerts are regularly held here. And so we are enjoying the space for a few more minutes before we leave for the next pit stop. We are out of the cathedral now, and we are on this road that leads from the cathedral to the town square. It's called Välikatu in Finnish or Mellangatan in Swedish. It literally means middle road. It winds down right into the town square, and you can see how picturesque it is. Look at this beautiful red brick building. It is one of the main streets of Old Porvoo, a narrow pedestrian street that connects the newer part of town to the center of the old one. And here we have it, the name of the street, both in Finnish and in Swedish. And friends, this is the norm in Finland. Streets are named in both languages. And now we've arrived to the historic heart of Old Town Porvoo. Here we find Porvoo's old town hall, which was built in 1764. This town hall anchors the town square. Its terracotta color, the clock tower, and steep roof gives the square a distinctly old Nordic character. Currently, it functions as a museum and a cultural site. The surrounding buildings are mostly wooden, colorfully painted Nordic houses. These houses are preserved under very strict heritage protection. This is Funny Cafe, one of the famous ones that you find around the square. There are several others, and typically they will have outdoor seating. Usually these areas are bustling with tourists, but today is a chilly day and there's nobody wanting to sit out. Let's go take a closer look at Porvoo's old town hall. Built in 1762, it's considered the oldest surviving town hall in Finland. Previously, it has housed the town council, magistrates and courts, administration offices, and even law enforcement. Nowadays, it houses Porvoo Museum, which brings the town's history to life. This is one of the many artisan shops found in Old Porvoo with their small display windows. Inside the handicraft and gift shops, you can find small Finnish souvenirs, ceramics, handmade jewelry, woven textiles, and much more. Most of the buildings along these streets date from the late 18th and early 19th centuries and were originally homes for merchants, craftsmen, or small traders. As we wander through the streets of Old Porvoo, I can't help but feel like the cozy artisan and craft shops with their soft Nordic colors, old hanging shop signs, the smell of coffee and cinnamon buns wafting through the air from the cozy coffee shops makes this a truly wonderful experience. We've now come into another courtyard, and this beautiful yellow building houses BYPIAS, a Finnish lifestyle and brand store. This building is one of those wonderfully atmospheric old wooden houses that gives Old Porvoo its fairy tale character. You see over there on the windows, there is signage saying "Made in Suomi." Suomi simply means Finland, so it basically says "Made in Finland." We finally stopped for a cup of coffee and cinnamon bun at Café Helmi, a charming cafe and restaurant in a historic wooden house known for its homemade soups and lunches, cinnamon buns, and rustic Finnish interiors. The interior decor at Café Helmi is very eclectic and can be described as a Victorian tea salon, a Russian imperial sitting room, an old Finnish manor house, or just your eccentric great-grandma's living room. We are done with refreshments at the cafe, and now we are headed down to the riverside. There is no end to colorful 18th and 19th century wooden houses, and a stroll along the winding streets is quite satisfying. Porvoo Old Town is famous for its well-preserved wooden buildings, cobblestone streets, and iconic red ochre warehouses that you can see here. They are considered to be Porvoo's most iconic site and were originally used to store goods from sailing ships. They were painted red in the 1700s to impress visiting royalty. And here is an old historic ship docked in the harbor of Porvoo. In the olden days, Porvoo was a trading center, but nowadays ships like these operate between Helsinki and Porvoo. An example is the MSJL Runeberg, a former steamship named after the famous Finnish national poet. We are now walking away from the old town Porvoo and headed in the direction of the modern Porvoo city. Our next destination is that bridge over there, so that we can have a better view of the river. This bridge connects the city center to the old town area. It carries traffic across the river and offers wide downstream views towards the warehouses where we have come from and upstream towards the greener river scenery. Straight ahead of us is a residential area, and you can see that the houses have been painted the same ochre red of the warehouses, I think to blend them into the environment. We are now climbing up Näsinmäki or Näsen Hill above the river and Old Town. At the top of the hill is restaurant Honkala. To get to Honkala, we have to trudge among these old pine trees. The feeling here is very different. The hill is quieter, with tall trees surrounding the path. The air smells of pine and moss, and the sounds of the town quiet down as we climb upward. As we go higher up, we can pretty much see through the pine trees the whole of Old Town Porvoo, and it's a sight to behold. Wow! Take a look at the view of the Old Town from this vantage point. It's beautiful, don't you think? From this vantage point, you can pick out all the places that we visited. You can see the Porvoo Cathedral, the old town hall with its clock tower, and the old bridge as well. Okay, let's continue up the hill. Here we are approaching restaurant Honkala. From first sight, it looks like it's closed. It's not in operation right now, just by the look of things here. Let's go around and see what's happening on the front. This site has been connected with leisure and tourism for more than a century. It's a beloved destination for the townspeople as a summer coffee pavilion, dance and entertainment venue, a scenic overlook, and a social gathering place. Imagine yourself having a cozy romantic dinner here on a starry summer evening and having that view below as your backdrop. What's fascinating about this place is that beneath its peaceful and modern appearance lies a much older and darker history. In the early 1700s, Näsinmäki or Nursing Hill served as an execution hill for criminals. Public beheadings took place here during a difficult period following the Great Northern War and the Great Wrath. Over time, the hill has transformed from an execution ground to a military area, to entertainment park, to cemetery landscape, and finally, it's one of Porvoo's most scenic cultural areas. We've seen all we need to see here, and now we're going to walk down the hill via another route. And this route takes us straight to a neighboring cemetery. This cemetery is called Näsinmäki Cemetery, and it's one of the most important cemeteries in Finland, culturally and historically. The cemetery's most important grave belongs to Johann Ludwig Runeberg and his wife Fredrika Runeberg. Runeberg wrote the lyrics that became Finland's national anthem and is one of the central figures in Finnish literature. Please note that I'm pronouncing his name in Finnish. In English, you'll probably read it as Runeberg. Many visitors walk from Old Porvoo up the wooded hill, specifically to visit the grave and experience the quiet atmosphere around it. But today, we will not visit his grave. We will go back down the hill because it's time to go back home. It's getting quite late now. Well, friends, it's been quite a journey. I have taken you back through time to peek at a little portion of Finland's history, and I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed yourself learning about Porvoo. Thank you for joining me. Let's meet again soon for another exciting episode. Bye!